Hello everyone, welcome to our digital story. For the next few minutes, we hope that this story will serve as a wake-up call to persons who would walk the streets at ungodly hours of the night. Presenting this story are the following persons: Michal James-Francois, Orlette Whyte, and Floyd. Real life can be scarier than a horror movie. Perhaps one of the scariest things a person can undergo is being taken against their will. The scariest part of getting kidnapped is that there isn't really much you can do to someone who is determined to get you.
As the night closed in around her, Orlette walked farther and farther away from the streetlights. She felt relatively calm and had prayed she was alone. For a moment, she almost believed herself, but something shifted. Out of the corner of her eye, she noticed something move. Her heart skipped a beat, stopping her in her tracks. For a split second, she darted for the nearest light source. Upon arriving, she peered into the darkness, debating whether or not to keep moving forward. This would only mean that she would be abandoning the last remaining light source on the block. It wasn't long until someone stepped out of the frightening shadows. It was a tall man with hair even taller, wearing a jacket and worn-out Converse. He stepped in long strides, nearing Orlette with frightening speed. It wasn't until he was less than 3 feet away that she noticed the most striking feature about him: his eyes. His eyes resembled that of green emeralds. They were the most fascinating eyes she had ever seen, and could have sworn they already knew everything about her. His hand snaked out of his jacket and grasped her wrist, pulling her back toward him.
What do you want?
Let go of me! He did not do anything more, but simply held her to his side and hissed in a low, confident voice,
Stop moving.
Orlette's blood ran cold, and she held her breath. The man stood still as well for what felt like hours. Then suddenly, the sound of a car door slammed in the distance. Then an engine started. That was the last moment of silence. The man holding her now burst into motion, dragging her down the street.
I'll explain later. Right now, you just need to know that I'm saving your life.
She barely had time to react before he pulled her around the corner and crashed into a wall. He tugged her closer to him, shielding her with his body. Common sense told her to keep her mouth shut. Suddenly, a car crept by, too slowly for comfort. Orlette felt the man tense up, squeezing her hand briefly. She then stole a peep and saw another man in the car glancing out the window. It was a man she had seen before. Finally, as the car left, She jumped away from the man.
Okay, start explaining. Who are you? Why did I know that man? Why did you?
His hand dashed out and grabbed her shoulders.
Calm down. Okay, I'll explain. My name is Detective Floyd, and I've been tracking this guy for a while now. You may be familiar with the cases of Jalecia Lewis, Madison Pearson, and Jessica Clark.
The 3 cold cases?
Yes, and I have reason to believe that this scum is responsible for their kidnappings, and that you're next. Now listen, I'm not going to hurt you. Just trust me, and we can stop this guy from hurting you or anyone ever again.
She blinked at him in disbelief. Her heart rate sped up and sped down like a mad rabbit about to be slaughtered. She could barely comprehend what she had just heard.
Oh.
Now you need to make a decision, and you need to make a decision now. Will you come with me?
She hesitated, but eventually, in a soft voice, she answered,
Okay, I'll help.
To be continued.
Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play. Here